0. All right, let me set it up. Get some people in the house. Gonna get down to the business of isness.
Yeah.
Right on.
Business.
Let's make sure we got sound.
Feelings and sensations. Feelings and sensations.
It's Todd Medina, SoulogyOneStudios. Got a little soul speak, something different. What do we have here, man?
All right, they're coming in
between us
now.
all, one and all. Got to count it all, because we all are climbing the same mountain. We got these building blocks of differences, directed by our inferences, culture, country, clannish preferences, religious references. Seems we were controlled by outer man. Seems we are conceived by inner man. This was all the plan to find our way back now. Yeah, it's a master's plan. We're all the same brand. Gone is the indifferences to our differences. Got to start asking ourselves, what are these differences? Can't be all that strong. What happens when we start taking them down one by one, these walls? You go first, man. And then you go next, sister. Take out Islam, Muhammad, Allah. Okay, then take out Jesus, Mary, Joseph, and all the gods. Let's take out white ain't always right. I love the beauty of the darkest night.
It's a badass beat, isn't it? It's almost over. We got 29 people in the house.
We say no more gays and say no more straights. What about the sciences, stars, houses, wars, cars? Strip it all off till we have nothing left. Nothing left at all. But what? Me and you? You and me?
Yeah.
Then the other is gone, and what you got left? That's all we need. That's all we got. That's all we need. That's all we got. That's all we need. And it's all we got. And that ought to tell you something about who and what. Yeah, all right? Who and what you and I are. We are the Jesus and Allah, the sciences, spirits, and the stars, coming down the promenade, apocalyptic, no longer cryptic. Mother Mystic says the veil is lifted. Time to come home. But stay where you are. Stay where you are, baby.
All right, we got
That's all we
28
need.
people in the house.
And that's
28
all we
people.
got. That's all we need.
We got our young brother, Dane Jones, coming back for seconds. You know, last time we were talking to him, he was walking down the boulevard with 7% on his phone. I put that show into the channel feed that we're putting out. We did not hit our 11/11 launch date, but the good news is we're going to put it together professionally and in the right way. Let me just double check and make sure we're okay. I guess we got sound. We got a little delay, but that's all right. We can see some of the comments. Let me see here. Let me pull them up. All right, we got Marianne Knox in the house. Heidi's in the house. Nasia Sia's in the house. Angie Williams, Debbie Burns, Marianne Knox, 1111. All right, so this is Todd Medina, Soul Speaks 5D. This is the Soulogy Network. And we're getting back into the groove. We're lining up a bunch of shows for the weekend. We've been getting ready for this launch that we didn't hit on 11/11, but it's coming. We're getting some fantastic professional advice from some great IT minds. We've got some people stepping up. So this thing's happening. This multiple channel network available on an app is happening. And it's been a lot of work and it's been a lot of energy to have to contend with, along with all the other stuff that's going down in our realm. But today we are with my brother Dane Jones, and we're going to get down to the business of isness. What's going on, brother?
Breathing and concrete for the I'm at a hotel. I'm in a hotel right now, but to sit on the ground from time to time to kind of just come back to earth and sitting on the concrete with myself and you.
Right.
With my
there
heart.
You go, brother. Right on, man. Wide open heart, right? So
Yeah.
The last time I talked to you was about a month ago. I was in Sedona, and man, you know, all this stuff's happening to everybody, you know. How was your 11/11? How, I've seen you've been, I haven't been on much, but I've seen your lives pop up on my notifications. So I know you've been doing a lot of lives.
Right.
So what was the 11/11 ride for the young people, man?
The 11/11 for me
Yeah.
was spent the time by myself, and I ate a lot of good foods, and it was kind of up and down. But after the 11/11, kind of manifested a brand new reality, is what it seemed like, for real. Cause like I
Right
was
on,
sleep,
man. I
yeah,
can re-
I, I
I
was.
can relate to that. Tell me, what does that look like? This new reality. What does that
So
look like?
what it was like I was sleeping outside, and like now I'm not sleeping outside for the rest of the week, and I'm staying at a nice place, and I got fresh clothes, and I got food, and that's it.
Yeah, man.
Yeah,
I was telling my divine partner Morgan just a while ago that we
yeah.
were going to do a show, and she said, "Oh yeah." She said, "Who?" And I said, "Dane." That
I
he was
sensed it.
on. He was on a
Uh,
month ago,
I,
huh?
I could sense that. It
Yeah,
came into my brain, man. I swear,
yeah,
dude. Like I felt that. What you just said, I felt it. It's
yeah, yeah,
crazy. What's up,
yeah,
brother,
yeah.
man? Yeah, yeah, definitely got you.
You
Give me
good there?
one moment, Todd.
Yeah, man.
I gotta put something up real quick.
Whatever you got to do, bro. Yeah. So yeah, it's funny because she asked me who it was. I said Dane. I said, that kid I had on when I was in Sedona, and she goes, "Oh yeah, I'm the one that turned you on to him." I said, "Well, did you?" She said, "Yeah, I sent you. I ran across his live and I sent it to you." And she said, "Yeah, he reminded me a lot of you." when, well, you're probably like when you were young.
All
And
right, all right.
so
I'm back.
I was just telling them what Morgan said. She's like she said that she had originally sent me one of your lives, and that's how I found you, which I didn't remember. But she said, "Yeah, he reminds me of you." And so
Heck yeah.
you're sitting here talking about this new reality, and I can totally relate,
Uh-huh.
to what you said, going from the place you were in to this place uh, of a higher ground, man, of what you deserve and what you are and the love that you're projecting and receiving, right?
Yes, man. Yeah, and it simultaneously changes like every second. Really, like is the reality. It seemed like sometimes it changes every second
Yeah.
within myself. You know.
Yeah. Yeah. Absolutely it does. And so for you, part of that in this transition is you're finding that Mother Universe is taking care of you
Yeah,
as she's reciprocating the love you're putting out. So
yeah,
you're staying
man.
in a
And
hotel, you got some new clothes, you got some food, you're doing all right.
right, yeah. And like I talk about my very first experience of knowing that like I would be taken care of. Just a quick, brief, fast story. Like I gave a man $5 one time when I was 17 years old, and I told God, I was like, if I help you, God, will you help me? Because I didn't know what to believe in. So like 17, gave out some money, and then I immediately afterwards like started receiving money and free
Yeah.
food, and it was like a knowing within myself to know that I can give in ways, and oh, now the wind's picking up now. I can give in
Yeah.
ways, and I can also receive in ways also. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Right
man.
on, man. Yeah, and that's
Yeah.
very true. Hey, they want you to put the camera up a little bit because you're cutting your head
Oh,
off. They want to see you.
okay.
They want to see your face, man.
Ah, there we go.
There you go. The live decal, the live was in your face. All right, man. So
Yeah.
my old friend Cheryl Conroy says, "Can't believe you found Dane Jones." Well, I get around a little bit. Like begets like, but it's interesting what you're saying. I came out here to Kauai about 2.5 weeks ago, and on the same new reality vibration that you're talking about and experiencing, and somebody who's pretty well known, Lisa Transcendence Brown, lives a few miles down the road, and we spent a day together last week or the week before, and she told me about her whole journey of elevated new realities, and what you said about that experience at 17 years old pretty much is the copy or the model for every time you level up, you know.
Mm,
And so
it is.
so
It
so I just
truly is.
right. I just want
Yeah.
to merge that with, when we got on, as we did a minute before the show started. I said, "What's up?" And you said that the business of isness. Now, what is the business of isness? Because I love the way it sounds. I can feel the frequency of it.
Uh, did I say the business of business? I thought I said isness. I said isness of being. That's what I
Isness
said.
of being. That's right.
Yeah.
Okay. It was a duet.
Yeah.
I
Right.
just
It
like the
was.
way it's the business of isness, but yeah,
Yeah.
the isness of being, which is the answer to the question, right? And
Oftentimes for me, it's no thoughts and stillness and
yeah,
breath. Breath
yeah,
being number one. I feel like a lot of people suffer in the world and have a lot of issues. There are many other factors to suffering, but I feel like number one is because we were never properly taught how to like breathe into the body to like really direct our breath and our energies with this vessel. Like, so the isness of being would be breath and no thoughts, and then stillness and
yeah,
become still. Feminine energy,
yeah,
stillness.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and there's no dogma, and there's no doctrine, and there's no process, there's no modality. It's just this space that's generating generating superabundance for you, right?
Yeah. Yeah, man. Yeah. Oh,
Another
yeah.
thing I like that you said too, which I think is true, regardless of what our biological age is or whatever, because the linear is gone now, is that you said at 11:11 you spend a lot of time alone, and I think that's becoming very, very important. I think many people did the same thing.
Oh, yeah. It is. It's so important sometimes, but also it's important to be together too. But alone, it's like a balance, you know. But yeah, alone time is oftentimes essential for us to embody our own, the essence of our own, you know, what it trying to figure ourselves out. Mm.
Yeah, to thine own self be true.
Yes,
So
brother.
let me ask you, man. So what are you doing? You're in Florida, right?
Yeah.
And I know you're near the beach. Are you in Palm Beach?
Fort Lauderdale Beach.
Fort Lauderdale. All right. So you're in Palm
Yeah.
Beach County, Fort Lauderdale. So I mean, yeah, man. So what's a day in the life with Dane Jones like?
A day in the life. The very
Yeah.
first thing that I usually do when I wake up is look for a coconut tree. And a coconut tree, and I'll do a video, and I'll do a topic. Like I'll pick a topic, and then yoga. I do lots of yoga. Like I'll go to a yoga studio, and a lot of the times I'll go there to take showers. Like when I was sleeping outside, like I'll go there and take showers, and but not no more, not now. It's a new reality, new reality.
That's right, brother. It's a new
um,
reality is right. That's
yeah,
right. You smell a
lots of
lot better
yoga.
too.
Yeah, huh?
I can relate to it, man. I said then you
Yeah,
start smelling a lot better too.
yeah,
Having a shower and all that.
yeah,
I
man.
remember those days, and I was thinking about that about two or three nights ago. I was blessed uh, to be given a place to, a place to lease from the beautiful divine feminine, and
Yep,
that's
that's
been here
where
about
that's how it
35
happens.
years. Yeah,
Very powerful.
she had extra room, and
Come from the heart.
for a transition. So
Yep.
I can walk down to this cliff overlooking the ocean like in 5 minutes, and I can walk down to this lagoon in about 10. Right. And so, I've been here about 2 weeks, and I was like, really trying to get this channel moved, the network, and get it online and all that. And I was kind of missing where I was at. So I'm walking down the road. It's near dark. I'm walking towards this cliff to where I can see the entire ocean. Ended up getting there, and there was all these surfers, man. At the end of the day, as the sun's going down, surfing all up and along this cut, right where this other cliff is across the cove. And so as I was walking, I was thinking to myself, and you can appreciate this. I remember 7 years ago, 7 years ago, when I was expanding, walking the streets, living on the streets. And here I am walking now. And the island was telling me, wow, look where you're walking now, dude. But at the same time, I saw the tremendous value of those 2 years of expansion when I was walking the streets and living there.
Oh yeah.
As much or more than realizing and having the revelation of where I'm at and that expanded reality that you're talking about, that new reality. But
Yeah.
I think you see that. It took me a lot longer to figure it out than you.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Possibly. Yeah. Yeah.
Let me ask you this. When you come across people during the day,
Oh
just
man.
whatever.
Oh.
Right? Isn't that a learning experience? But how do older people take you? How do you interact with them? What do you get from it? Are they asleep? Are the young people awake? Do they get you? Do they not get you? How does it work?
So, from time to time, I feel like I emotionally trigger older people.
Yeah.
Trigger them in a way that they don't know how to react to my essence of childlike, just from sometimes older people, like older men, mostly older men, like older men that but sometimes older people will um really be there and help me out on a type of level, like help me out in a way of like giving to me.
Yeah.
um yeah.
What about as the question came up again from our friend Cheryl? What about, because here's the way I look at it. The young people, uh, they're less tainted, less conditioned. They work off frequency and intuition, creativity. Uh, they process things on a non-linear level. So that's why my question is: do you feel? And it's not. There's no right or wrong to it. I'm just
Right.
curious as to what your observation is. Do you see more people awake? Do you see more of an awakened frequency in the older people that you come across every day, or the younger people?
uh the young people.
Yeah, that's what I figured.
Yeah, for
And I'm
sure.
just gonna guess at this one. Uh,
Okay.
I would think that you're less likely to hear younger people trying to tell you or convince you they got this shift all figured out. Where the older people
Less.
want to tell you they got it figured out and here's what you need to do. What do you?
Yes, man. Yeah, for sure. um what was I gonna say at the same time? Or yeah, I was gonna say something before I forgot. Continue.
That's cool, man.
Continue.
It'll come back. You know how that
Yeah.
works.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. I got a friend. I think he's 19. 19. He lives in Botswana. His name is Hippie Ike. I don't know if you've caught him, but look him up. Hippie Ike. It's under Ike Hippie or Hippie Ike. He does some good rap, man. He's very creative. He's a lot like you. He writes a lot of stuff. Less the
Yeah.
videos, more the writing. Yeah, he's pretty profound. But yeah, we had an exchange like that the other day, man. He was like looking for a hand. I'm like, man, you ain't no problem asking me.
Oh
I
yeah.
got you, bro.
Okay,
Yeah.
so I remember what I was gonna say, with the older people thing, but it's mostly older women that I experience this with, is like there'll be a mutual giving and receiving of an energetic energy between each other with older women, and then with men that are my age or in their 20s, there'll be like a mutual energetic exchange of energy that kind of like courses through my body at times.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
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 Yeah, yeah, I get what you're saying, and I think people are starting to experience that.
Uh
You know,
huh.
I experienced it with people that I have the same frequency with, and
Right.
I've really noticed the upswing in that in terms of the intensity and the awareness of it over the last, I want to say probably the last 6 weeks. I went to Sedona, then I came here.
Me
So
too.
6, 7, 8 weeks. And it seems like
Yeah.
it happened to me 2 nights ago with my friend here, my sister.
Yeah.
We were just sitting together, having a bite, sitting at the bar having a bite, and I could feel that energy and the congruence of it. And I was
Uh
like,
huh.
wow, that is so cool, you know?
Yeah, man. It's like, what is that? You know, it's like, it's so mind blowing. It's like, what is it? And then to think that there's more, to think that there's more of that, you know, it's like,
Yeah. Talk
that energy.
about validation and, you know, you're in the right place at the right time. You know what I mean?
Uh huh. Yeah. For sure. For sure, man.
So the last time you were on, and you
Uh,
got cut short, but
yeah.
excuse me, the last time you were talking about, I asked you about galactic uh, exchanges or galactic connectivity or
Right.
relationship, and you started talking about something pretty amazing that happened to you. You're talking about this dream.
Yeah.
You remember that?
Yeah, I do remember that.
I think it was a blue uh, ET feminine being. Is that what you?
Man, yeah. There was a girl, I can tell you the dream if you would like.
Yeah, yeah. Let's hear it again and let's go from there.
Okay, so to go back there, feel it again, maybe, or more. So I had the dream. I was in like a spaceship, but the spaceship was as big as Earth. Like, but
Yeah.
I was floating through space and it was really big and it had like trees and clouds, but it wasn't Earth. It was definitely like an evolved place wherever I was. And this woman was like, she was in the distance and she was like, come, come. And at first I didn't want to go because there was like a little bit of fear in me. But then I was like something just was like, you know what, you made it this far, so you might as well just go. Like, what's the worst that could happen? So I went with her, and then we're sitting in this like this room type place, and she handed me this blue drink. She looked like a human, but she definitely wasn't human. She had like different skin, and she gave me this blue drink. It was probably this big, and she said, and then there was a guy also, but he didn't talk to me. He was like in the distance over doing something, she was like, here, this is for your stomach. She was like, this is for your stomach, and it was blue. It was like neon glowy blue. So I drank it, and when I drank it, my whole body became like water, like, and then I woke up.
Right on.
Yeah.
Right on. So, on reflection of that, did anything happen after that occurred? Have you had anything else occur like that? You know, be it in lucid dream or not?
No,
No.
not since then. No, no.
Well,
I see
you seem,
lights. I see lights
huh?
in the sky sometimes, like streams
Yeah,
of lights.
yeah, yeah.
Sometimes, yeah.
What about your intuition? Do you feel like it's been growing the last few weeks?
Uh, I feel like intuition, as in like,
Just knowing that you're where you need to be, knowing where to go, knowing what to do, who to talk to. You know, I don't know. Just
yes,
reading. You know,
yes, yeah, yeah,
telepathically vibing through this thing.
yeah,
Yeah.
definitely. I feel like always growing in some form or fashion, some form or fashion. Yay! I just got a message from a nice person. So yeah,
Is it a female?
yeah, yes,
That's what I figured, man. With that
yeah.
hair looking like that, they all want to comb it.
Thanks, man.
They- they all think you're a little lost boy, and they
Uh,
want to take care of you.
I,
I'm kidding. I'm
honest,
joking. It's just
oh
something
yeah, but
we can relate
honest,
to.
honestly, sometimes sometimes I do feel like a little lost boy. Other times I don't. Other times I feel like I'm totally okay and I'm the king and
Yeah,
I'm good and I'm the bomb. But other times, like I feel
yeah,
like I'm falling all the way apart and I'm not exactly sure. To be honest,
yeah. Hey, you know what? I'm in the same boat, brother.
Yeah,
So you know what? That's validation for me. Yeah,
yeah, man.
right on. Yeah.
Yeah.
What do you do in those moments? I know what I do. I'm just going to ask you, what do you do in those moments when you feel like a little lost boy? How do you deal with that?
Be alone.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
It's like I don't want to really. Sometimes I don't want to tell people that I feel like a lost little boy. I don't want nobody to see that side of me. So I'll sit until it
Yeah,
goes away. But I'm learning that the more that I learn how to ask for help and
yeah,
talk about these things,
yeah,
that sometimes the better that I feel.
yeah,
Uh-huh.
yeah. I agree with that, man. Uh,
Mhm.
I agree with that totally. And you were talking about that resonance and that energy uh, that you've come across in particularly divine feminine, but also you were saying in some older guys sometimes where you have that congruence.
Yeah.
I know for me, uh, the more I step beyond the embarrassment or the fear, really, like you said, you don't want anyone to see you that way. But the more
Right.
I found that I could do that with another person or people, I've even done it live. Man, the liberation, the emancipation from the old reality or illusion, whatever you want to call it, it's incredible. It's like taking a giant cosmic bong hit.
Yeah.
Uh, so do
Yes.
you find yourself sharing, bearing your soul in situations like that more and more?
Yes. For sure.
Yeah,
Like, yeah, definitely. I know it's necessary. It's necessary for myself, and then just maybe when I do it for myself, somebody else will be encouraged to do their thing also.
yeah,
Sure.
right on. So what do you do after the video under the coconut tree in the morning? Then what do you do? Do you go to the beach?
Yeah, sometimes I go to the beach. I go to the river. I always eat, depending upon how much money I got. Always eating fruits, veggies, river, yoga. That kind of sums up my tasks of
Yeah.
the day, and then everything else is spontaneous. Like it just
Yeah,
it yeah.
right on.
Uh-huh.
And did I see where you posted something where you said you were gonna take a trip or make a move?
Um Take a trip. Yeah, I'm trying to save money for yoga teacher training, like to get certified to teach yoga.
Hmm.
And it's out the country. It's in Ecuador. That's actually the girl that messaged me. She's the teacher, the girl that just messaged me. Uh, she's the teacher that teaches the training, and me and her had the metaphysical congruent energy when we spoke.
Oh yeah,
And so yeah, that's something for like the future, and I know it's gonna come to pass.
yeah.
Continue to.
So you're gonna have to get a passport, right?
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah. And but I'm sure, I don't know, you don't have to not go to Ecuador, because I've got a friend that lives in Ecuador. For Americans, it's incredible. Or really, I think
right,
anybody that comes there to retire or even live, they've got all kinds of breaks. But
yeah.
why do you want to go to Ecuador in particular? Is it because of the congruence with her to
Well,
get the certification?
That a little bit, well, that a lot, but also like I've never been out of the United States.
Yeah, yeah,
I wanna go to the other side of
yeah,
this world that we live in. It's far, far, far away. I feel like it would be an adventure. And
yeah, yeah, yeah.
yeah,
Come to Hawaii, man.
that's funny you say that. There's actually another female in Ohio that said, or Ohio, I'm from Ohio, but in Hawaii, that said
Yeah,
I could come there. You know, just wherever I choose, I guess. Whatever
there you go, man. It's it's like a day in the life of Dane Jones. Whatever happens, spontaneously.
Yeah,
Somebody
yeah.
said somebody.
I,
Go ahead. Go ahead.
I know that when I see something new, like even when I just simply walk down a new street that I never walked down before, I really, really like it a lot. Like because I go to these same places and these same things. I go to yoga, I go to the farm, and it's like I get on a routine and I do those things. But then when I walk down a brand new street somewhere, I'm like, I really something. It does something to me.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. What a great literal metaphor of how to vibe through this transition we call ascension. Yeah, I'm digging that. So, what about music, man? Is music part of your life? Music.
Yes, music definitely. Sometimes I feel like music gives me messages.
Yeah,
Um, Messages through the music. Really, I like all kinds of music. Just anything that got some good lyrics, country,
yeah,
rap, rock, anything. Girls that sing. Everything is tangible in my world. On the music end.
yeah, yeah. I agree. I agree. So, what about? Do you have a way? I mean, you do readings. I saw that. All right.
Yeah,
Which
yeah.
I mean, without even knowing that, I know you connect, and I know you're connected. But what I'm saying is, do you have a way that you connect? Do you receive channeling, transmissions, downloads? I mean, we use all these words that don't really mean anything,
Oh,
but
way.
could you describe like what you get from the universe, the gnosis you get, knowing when you know something is
What knowings did I get
truth? Yeah, truth,
through
like
the
sharing it with
universe
someone that you're working with, or even for
with
your own.
somebody? Okay, so
Yeah,
spontaneously, when I'm working with an individual on like a reading, sometimes I can see into their life. Like I can see their past. Some people are like an open book, and I can just be like, boom, 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 and they'll be like, oh my God. Even without the cards, sometimes. Sometimes I can't, it's just really spontaneous. Um, yeah, like I can see energies and like in their world, like what's maybe dragging them down, or like just energy. Like I can feel what it is. Like I can tell if people have dogs, cats, children, or like things like that sometimes. And that happened just a few months ago. And it happened. I drank coconut water for 25 days, and
wow.
that was it. And during that, I was doing a live video. I was doing the cards, and I was like, just something clicked within me, and I was like, yo, I could just look at these people's faces and their names and tap into that. It was crazy, dude. I still can't
Right on.
believe
Right on.
it. Yeah.
So were you were drinking coconut water? I just tried that for the first time last week. I've had two coconuts now. Were you drinking out of real coconuts or just getting the stuff already packaged?
Yeah, the real ones. The real
The
ones.
real ones, man. I might have
Yeah.
to do that. I might have to do that. I ate the
There you
meat
go.
too, man. That shit was good.
Yeah.
The cutting that stuff out of there. Yeah,
Uh-huh.
that stuff was
It's good for your bones. It's white.
yeah, man.
It's
I
gonna get in your
really
bone.
yeah, I liked and I liked the water, the coconut water. I
Uh-huh.
was I was very surprised. I'm going to drink some more tomorrow, actually. uh,
Yeah.
let's see. Right on. So, yeah, man. What do you do for artistic expression? I know I can see it, and you got to be doing something, dancing or
Artistic expression.
painting or
From
Poetry.
time to time, I write poetry.
Yeah, yeah,
From time from time to time, I write poetry. Mostly, I feel like my artistic expression would be through my live videos,
yeah,
my speaking, what I
yeah,
speak about.
yeah.
Yeah.
So do you ever now you do I know you do a couple of 2, 3 videos a day, right?
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Sometimes I'll
So
skip out on a few days, like when I'm feeling a lot like a lost little boy. Might skip out
yeah.
on a few days.
That's when I just curl up in a corner, just like
Yeah.
turn the lights off. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, man.
So, but like whenever you're walking around, I mean, I'm just trying to relate because I know how I do it. So when I go on spirit walks, right, and
Right.
I don't even think about it. I just flip it on and go. Like I don't even know really what I'm going to talk about, or there might be one word in my head or something. But there's something about clicking it on and being live where you have no choice and there's no going back. How do you do it? Do you plan it, or you just turn it on and start talking?
Um, for the most part, I do like you do. Sometimes I'll plan like a little topic. Like if I have a good topic that I feel like is good, that I know that could really hit nice. For the most part, it's spontaneous. That's the best way. I feel like like just clicking it on and flowing with it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So let's do one. Let's do one together.
Okay. Let's do it.
Uh, what came to my mind is our friend Cotton Hart. She's down there in Florida. She does this off-planet sacred geometry and
Yeah.
sees things and explains things through the images of sacred geometry, waves, colors, frequencies. So, on that note, let's talk about the new way of seeing, I guess. Or like when you walk down that street that you haven't been down before, what does it look like?
Well, more than anything, what's it feel like?
Yeah. Yeah. Right on. Yeah. So, and that's been coming to me the last few days that it's not, where we came from is words, this or that that tells us this or that. But you're right. This is all feeling. It's all feeling. That congruence you're feeling with these people you're talking about, like the girl down in Ecuador. Yeah. That's the new navigation. That's our true nature. How do you feel
Huh.
about that?
I feel like that is so true. I feel like our language, as far as like vibrationally goes, it does do what it does, but like mostly the greatest thing in life is what's it feel like, and yeah, what's it feel like. Um, the language that we speak, the English language, it doesn't hold a high vibe within the back of the throat. From my studies, it's like our language was kind of manipulated in a way to mean things that don't really mean vibrationally what they say. So whatever that was or is from my studies and research, so now it's more of like a feeling within the heart
Yeah.
of of our soul and spirit. Yeah, yes.
Man, that's a great explanation. Fantastic. So, and on that note too, are you seeing? I've had, things really. I haven't really thought about it till we're having this conversation. When you mentioned something earlier, but over the last few weeks, 6, 7, 8 weeks, that new reality is like really taking hold, and I've seen things materialize, which I have in the past too, not on a grand scale, but that's just my own trip. But my point is like wavelengths, colors, lights, like you were talking about.
Hmm.
Uh, I had this thing happen the other day. Tell me if you've had anything like this happen. So there was like a big plant in front of me, and behind it was a tree, and then like a hill, and then the sky and the stars, right? And maybe some clouds. and it was like they were all layers. And I'm sitting here looking at this plant in front of me, and all the layers flattened to one layer. And when that happened, the whole visual changed, and the plant in front of me, with the wind going too, became this dragon, this female dragon that just kind of started, like, dancing in front of me. And we had that congruence. We merged, and then it was all over. It was cool. But have you seen anything where your two eyes, and maybe I don't know how to put it, but maybe your two eyes and your third eye are kind of like aligning, like right now?
Right now, baby, a little. Yeah. But the first thing that came to my mind when you said that, about 2 weeks ago, I just done a live video. I drank a coffee, and me and coffee got this relationship where, like, I feel like it's dark and I shouldn't drink it. Sometimes I feel like I should. But I drank a coffee. I did a live video. I hopped off, and then I'm sitting on the bench in the sun with my hands down, and then this rainbow light comes right here in front of my head and goes inside my head, and I'm just being there. So, like, the isness of being, right? At the beginning of the video, the isness of being, just to be there. And I was just being, not thinking, just feeling. And then the rainbow go inside, and then it proceeded to go outside of my body, and I seen all rainbow colors on the bench, and that lasted for about 5 minutes of total rainbow, probably.
Wow. Wow.
Yeah.
Mine didn't last that long, but I could swear about the time that we did the first show. Right around that time, right before or after, because I know I mentioned it on the show, but I had the same thing happen. I can't remember all the details. I just remember, what, oh, I know where I was. I was in New Jersey at my friend Michael's house, and I woke up, and same thing that you said. It was like the rainbow came into my third eye, and it was like pointed outward. It was like a cone. And like I was a small end of the cone, or like a pyramid, but it was
Yeah.
round, and it all came into my third eye. And then I think that day I got some serious transmissions, and I think I did a couple of lives on it. Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
funny you
that's
said
cool.
that because I read your experience, and then I experienced it immediately afterwards.
Oh,
Like, I
wow.
read, yeah, I remember you typing it out or telling about it or something,
Wow.
and then about 2 to 3 days later, same thing. I was like, okay, cool.
Well, I think I think there's no doubt that we come from the same branch or stem of the tree of life.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I think we're in the real footloose and fancy free branch of the tree of life.
Yeah.
Yeah. With the curly hair.
Yeah, man.
So you could
Yes,
be
bro.
going to Hawaii, you could be going to Ecuador, you could be going somewhere you don't even know. That's what's happened to me. And I know it's happening to others where spontaneously their lives just, they're getting moved geographically.
Yes, man. There was a helicopter flying over. You kind of cut out. I heard your last word. You said incredible.
I'm still with the helicopter. I'm picturing that helicopter. Yeah, there's my friend Gilbert Fida. Yeah, from Houston, Texas. He says I like that branch on the tree. Yeah, yeah, I do too, man. I got here to Hawaii, and I'm thinking, you know, people do what they align with. I think well, part of being ourselves is being okay if we want to drink coffee. If we don't want to drink coffee, and being
Yeah.
okay, while you're trying to figure that shift out.
Yeah. Yeah, I got this war with coffee and smoking weed from time to time. Like in my
Yeah,
past, Todd, I did a lot of drugs, a whole lot
yeah,
when I was 17, and I got real scared, man, in a really dark place. Um, So like when I smoke weed now or coffee, like I have this little war within myself a little bit. And I really try to keep it like very pure, very natural, very pure, very natural. And but you know, I'm learning how to okay, so I know how to counteract this. I know how to counteract that, and it's like before I make a decision to be okay with the decision that I'm about to make and not go into like, should I do this? Should I not do this? And then turn around and do it. So like before I make any decision to just really be still with my decision, and that's how I'm like learning how to not go
That's
into
right.
reactive crazy person.
Yeah,
Yeah.
man. That's right. Because it's like, um, I don't know. I get people telling me you should do this or you shouldn't do that, and I'm at a point now where I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna do what I want. What feels right to me. I'm not gonna lay my dogma on you. Don't lay your dogma on me. I handle my shift, you handle your shift, and we'll meet in the middle, right? But you're
Yeah.
right. The intention and the thoughts that we take in with whatever we're ingesting, smoking, drinking, whatever it is, experiencing, that's what's important. That's what's important. I think there's a
Yeah.
frequency that serves us in the ascension that goes like this. My MYOFB. Mind your own business. That's the isness of business, the business of business. Mind your own business, isness. Mind your own isness. That's a good one. You should put that meme out. Mind your own isness of being.
Yes, brother. Is
So what? So so do you want to do anything creative with me? Freestyle? Anything? You want to try
a
something?
freestyle?
I don't know, man. Just whatever. A little poetry. A little. I don't know.
Yeah, that could
A little.
pop it out.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
Possibly. Possibly. Let's see here. Hmm.
Well, I just want to say that I love the natural rhythm of your expanding throat chakra inflection. It's a beautiful thing to see the divine direction. I know it
Yeah.
came. I
Yeah.
know it came.
Thanks.
I know where you came from when you were 17. Those streets were mean, but the mind was dirty. It wasn't pretty. But that's where all that comes from. That's where this correction comes from. All that stuff and that dialogue, that chatter still going on in your head. We all going through it. We've all gone through it. No one's done with it.
Right.
You're never done with it. Just a matter of who's running the show. That little chatterbox or that feeling that you're talking about that you've
Right.
explained so well to everybody. So I want to give you big props on that, brother.
Thanks, man. Thank you. Thank you, brother.
And I'm
Ooh, I
glad
feel that.
glad you got some clothes, bro. People used to think
Yeah.
we yeah,
Yeah. Yeah. Me too. Me too. There's a free meal tomorrow too at the church. They got
right on.
church and free clothes at the church.
Right.
Always. That's nice. Yeah.
Very cool.
Yeah. Good.
Right on. So
Good
what else
time.
we got, man? We have to do this again soon.
Yes, brother.
If we
Yes.
can't yeah, so let me just update you while um, we update everybody on this 24/7 365 network that's going to be app based. Uh, it's a platform for people like you, and it's multiple channels, so it can be infinite channels. So one of the reasons we couldn't launch it on 11/11 because Todd didn't do enough homework to realize how much he needed to know, so it didn't look so complex. And we found out some really cool things where people will be able to broadcast all on the same network out from under the matrix. So I'm going to be talking to you about that. Walter Carmichael says he wants you to spit some bars, some 5D bars.
Some bars. Chilling
Spit
like
some,
a. So I wrote this. I could say something that I wrote.
yeah, do it, man.
Chilling like a villain with so much momentum in my human engine. Come at you with fatal snake venom. Put it in them, get them spinning in consciousness. That's just something quick.
Yeah, man.
Something,
Righteousness.
something fast. It's tough.
That's
Yeah.
cool. That's right, man. Right on.
uh,
Janice Kelly, what's the website or link for that? It's still being worked on. It's not released yet, but it's coming. We've got some meetings Friday and Monday with what they call the host, the streaming host, and the companies that we're talking to about facilitating it. It's not cheap. I will say that, but you know what? We're in super abundance. So as long as we pull in energy like Dane and people that we've had on before and new people, as we'll have a lot of shows this weekend. I've got 4 scheduled already through Sunday, and so maybe we'll pop in on the young brother while he's walking down the beach or under the coconut tree.
yes, man. Yeah. That's the
So
life. That's the life.
love for you to be a part of it. You won't have to do anything but what you do now. And as I understand it, as it's been given to me over the years, and I'm just understanding it now. It has uh, a superabundance frequency to it. So basically, what you put into it, your love and your heart, and what you love doing and expressing creatively on videos, the universe will take care of you like it's been taking care of you the last few days. Let's see. And Walter, I put up a post or a comment at the end of every show that will answer your question there on how you can contribute. All right, brother. You got anything else? You got any words of wisdom before we sign out?
Um, to number one, that I kind of like to everybody is to just breathe into the stomach, because I feel like some people just breathe into their chests and it makes them stiff. Like to just get oxygen to the cells. Since I say this in almost every single video, I feel like the number one cause of suffering is because people don't know how to breathe into the body. See a lot of that's just the one of my things. It's to always come back to breath, no matter what, regardless. Just breathing. Breathing is number one. Yeah, that's
Is
it.
that the key in the ignition for the isness of being?
Yes, brother.
Right
Yes.
on, brother. Right on, brother. All right,
Yeah.
man. So yeah, let's hook up again soon. Let's see what we can do. If you get any fresh ideas, let me know. If you want to spit a few 5D bars, let me know.
Alright.
Whatever collaborations we can come up with that are new, that haven't been done before. That's what I'm interested in.
Yeah.
And incredible, young, dynamic, expanding mirrors of me, such as you. So big respect. Talk to you
Thank you,
again
brother.
soon, man. Let me know if I can help you in any way. Peace out.
Thanks, Todd. Peace, brother, man.
All right. You guys,
Yes.
see y'all later. Might be back on here in a little bit after I eat some of this.